All right, it is a very late night One Piece review, so this will probably come out around the official release because the change in early releases is kind of screwing up with my work schedule. But doesn't matter. Chapter 1111, and it is wonderful, obviously. But it comes at the same time that Oda mentions he's going on a 3-week break. So I'm don't know how I'm going to survive this. I don't like being a weekly reader. Did I mention I don't like being caught up? It is not, I like binging the chapters. But at the same time, I'm just letting it go through my head over and over again that Oda needs to take care of his health. He needs these breaks. Obviously, I'm happy he is taking these breaks. Especially with the passing of Akira Toriyama, with the Dragon Ball's creator passing away, and that impacting him so heavily, and realizing that he should slow down a little bit, take care of himself, and he's going to use that time to reflect on. I doubt it's like, I think the announcement said, like, what is the One Piece? He knows what the One Piece is, but I'm thinking more in terms of themes to the story. What is One Piece? What message is he trying to come across? What does he exactly want to portray? How much has he moved away from his original ending? And what he wants to create and new, fresh ideas when he is well rested and not just putting out everything. He is great at putting things out at the drop of a hat, even his unfinished chapters. Glorious. But yes, I'm happy he's taking this break to recover, even if he thinks of nothing concerning One Piece and just kind of takes care of himself. Love that. Love that for him. Hate it for me. Love it for him. So the chapter starts up with Mars St. Mars in his bird form, which is mildly terrifying to me, by the way. I do like birds in general, but I am not convinced that they won't take over the world someday. You see a bunch of like crows on a telephone wire, and then they're like all in the trees. It's like there's so many of them. I don't trust that they're not up to something. So to see a ginormous vulture looking bird demon thing with the swirly evil eyes repeatedly running into the barrier, probably exploding, but he's immortal, so it's not killing him, and I guess eventually he breaks through. Yeah, that's quite terrifying. I think St. Mars here is the one I'm most scared of in terms of design. The one that's part horse is the coolest design-wise, and probably going to be one of the greater fighters, but the bird one terrifies me. So Mars has spotted Jinbe, and I love this. He's finally caught up to Zoro. He's finally tracked him down, who is fighting Lucci. And Zoro has supposedly beaten him, but then he's just like, no, it's not over yet. He's still standing. And I love that because all I can hear is the Luffy versus Lucci fight where he refused to fall, and it's just like an AMV. It's just in my head over and over, I'm still standing, and Luffy refusing to fall, and that was the only or the first time or the real time that that Lucci has failed, because he was like undefeated. It was a shock that anyone could defeat him. He was the height of CP9 at the time. Like, no one could beat this guy. But Luffy refusing to fall did. And now Lucci is almost like, I refuse to fall again. I refuse to fail again. I love that for him. It doesn't go well for him, but I love that little moment of he's still standing. And Zoro is ready to continue the fight. Sanji's just on the communicator being like, have you got him yet? And Jinbei's just like, yeah, give me a second. Puts Zoro in a headlock, drags him away, uses fishman karate to take down Lucci, forcing him to revert back to his human form. Though notably, I don't think he actually falls. I think he's just reverted back and like on his knees. I'll take it. Can't remember. Absolutely. No, I love that little moment. And then Evil Bird shows up asking for information on where York is. And Lucci easily says, command room, this location, yada yada, and starts listing off all the other like CP agents who are down in the basement, where all the other Straw Hats are, who's injured, and just giving all that information. It's like, good job, I'm impressed with your work. And he calls him by, what does he call him? Something Zero, I guess, or something like that. And I looked it up on the Wikipedia page, and he's been called it before, but I wanted to look up if it means anything specific. Cypherpole Aigis Zero may be derived from Aigis. I can't pronounce English words, let alone ones derived from other Greek or something. A mythological shield associated with Zeus and Athena, shown in a short goatskin cloak. So, I don't know, he's a leopard. I don't feel like it's related at all, but it was a different way of referring to him, so I'll note it away in case it ever comes up again. Notably, Lucci does point out that Kaku, his partner, is there, so everyone's either favorite or least favorite draft, depending on your opinion, is injured and still in the control room there. So he's asking St. Mars like not to kill him. To which the evil bird says, it might be difficult considering it's hard to spare a single insect when annihilating a hive. And A, terrifying, and B, I'm wondering if that'll be the thing that Lucci's just like, oh, you're going after even your own people now? The psychopath in Lucci, I don't feel like he would care, so I'm genuinely surprised he even brought up the fact that Kaku was in the room. Or at least to ask for him to be spared. I'm surprised he even brought it up, quite honestly. Meanwhile, Luffy is super happy to see Brogy and Dorry, and just like, again, so happy to see them. They're happy to see him. And they start talking about, why are you looking like that? Who told you that he looked like that? And Luffy's like, what are you talking about? I don't look like anybody. I don't know what you're going on with, but it's great to see you two. Meanwhile, I think it's Saturn, or might be Mercury guy. I think it was the Mercury one. I'm pretty sure it was the one who looks like a boar. He is surprised. It feels like it's slightly emotional to me when the giants show up to save him. And at one point, I want to say it feels like almost a betrayal in the words. It's faint. It's just like in like a single line. When he's like, so that's where you stand, then you will die with him. I will race you along with Luffy here, along with Joy Boy. And to me, it almost feels like, even though the Giants have known about Joy Boy, it almost feels like in the past, the Giants have stood with the Gorosei in the past, maybe, or maybe they were also involved in breaking Joy Boy's promise, or the promise to Joy Boy, or the promise that Joy Boy made. Yeah, Joy Boy made to the fishmen. I don't know. I feel like in the past, the world government were able to blackmail the giants to be on their side, and now that they're once again standing with Luffy, standing with Joy Boy reborn here, I feel like it almost feels like a betrayal to them. Were the giants prosecuted at all or persecuted at all in the series the way that fishmen were? Because if fishmen were standing with Joy Boy more or less the entire time, and same thing with the Buccaneers, and they have like a prejudice now against them by the world government, I don't strictly recall the giants facing the same treatment, so I am interested in learning more about the past and the Void Century, so I need to know. Anyway, Boar Guy, Hockey Roar, sends them flying or pushed back. Luffy nearly falls apart, like his eyeballs are gone that way, and he's trying to hold his body together. We're in full cartoon force here. And Mercury's just, or St. Mercury is like, what quirks of destiny ties you two together? Don't you know who he is? And the giants are like, of course we do. He's our buddy. And they team up to blast him back, like to force, to stop the charge. And it's wonderful. And then him or Saturn are just like, if that's where you choose to stand, we'll erase you with him. And poison balls go flying. Luffy enters full Toon Force, picks up a tree, gnaws it down into a baseball bat, puts on a hat, paints the bat black, and hits the poison balls away. And it's lovely. It's absolute delight. There's another callback to the Gorosei being immortal when Luffy says he don't think that attack killed him at all. They seem to be immortal, and more talk about how this is not unusual power. They don't know where the power came from, so it's definitely not related to like mythical zone. Because maybe they're demons and maybe we'll go to the underworld. I don't know, but I'm praying for the underworld. I'll never stop praying for the underworld. Mars has broken into where York is being held captive. She's freaking out, and he's asking where the either broadcast room is or where the room is that the image is coming from. I think he means the broadcast room. And then we cut to Kizaru, who is on the boat. The crew members are like, you're injured, let us help you. And he's saying, my wounds run deep. And he probably is attacking a little bit physically, but mostly metaphorically, just like he's attacked his friends. He knows he's on the wrong side here, but he's a cog in the machine and has not turned away. So will this be the moment? I've never given up on Kizaru, but every time he lets me down, I'm like, I thought you were playing the long game. I thought you were always on our side. Now I know you're not on our side, but you feel bad about it. I just need him to switch sides. I've decided I want him on our side. I don't want him to stay a cog in the machine, but I also wouldn't be upset if he stayed a cog in the machine. I want him back. I want him with us. He is so emotionally hurt and traumatized by the events of Egghead so far. And they're only going to get worse. I can feel it. Wait till he hears the message. Wait till he hears the message. I think we got like 6 seconds left. Or 6 minutes left. But then we get the final payoff. Again, before a 3-week break, so we get to speculate like crazy. The Iron Giant has finally stood up. It's towering above the trees. It's walking through the fire. And it's saying, "Joy Boy, forgive me." It's finally here. About time. I completely forgot about the Iron Giant for a little while because it's been so long since we've seen him powered up. But he's back. He's here, and give me something. I want to know about the Iron Giant. I want Vegapunk's message. I'm so excited. I'm still caught up in the Iron Giant somehow being related to the Fishman. Why? I don't really know. It's somewhat related in the time frame. That's all I got, and I want to see what happens. All right, that is all I got. I will talk to you before 3 weeks is up because I'm going to have to start speculating. All right, bye.